Hi, this is Dr. Linda Davis. Welcome to part 3. We're going to pick up where we left off. We've adjusted for the forecast up to 2012. I want to also change the marker size. They need to be a lot bigger for PowerPoint, so I'm going to just click on any data point, any marker, right click on it, and go to Format Data Series. Go to Marker Options. And this is where you have the opportunity to change the size. So click on Built-in. You can change the type of marker. If you don't want a diamond, you can pick squares or whatever else they have listed here. I'm okay with the diamond shape, but the main thing is to adjust the size. The size needs to be a lot bigger than 7, so we're going to go up to like size 12, maybe even 14. And maybe I'll take it up to 14. Let's go back and adjust that a bit. If you want to adjust your marker fill, this is the time to do it. Solid fill, no fill. We do a solid fill, or gradient, or picture, or texture. Lots of choices here. You can go into colors, and you have to think about the background color that you're using for your PowerPoint. So if you have a black PowerPoint background, for instance, you would need very bright colors for the marker. If you have a very light colored PowerPoint background, you would want to pick darker colors. This background is probably going to be dark, either dark blue or black. And so I'm going to want very bright colors to show up on that. So even though it doesn't show up that well on the Excel white background, it'll be okay once it gets to the black background in PowerPoint. Close that out, and now you can see the markers are much larger, and you've been able to change the colors of them as well. And we also want to do a lot of color change-ups with the axes lines as well. So if you click on the axes line, and let me make sure I get on the right one. Format axis. Okay. They have their own line colors too, so it's not automatic right now, but if you want it to be obviously solid line, what color do you want your axes to be? Probably some degree of color coordination is important here. Stick to 2 or 3 different colors. That will look nice on in my case, a dark background here. I'll pick a bright yellow. It'll show up good on a black background. And I also want to adjust the line style while I'm here. 0.75 point is very tiny width on the line width, so I'm going to crank that up to 4.5 because in PowerPoint that's what most ovals, lines, and arrows should be. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the horizontal axis as well. Go to line color, and again change that to yellow is fine. Also visit line style and change that to 4.5 and close that out. Also your values, if you want to change them, either make them bigger or bolder, now's the time to do that. I'm going to need to change the color because obviously black numbers on a black background will not work. And this one, I think it's sometimes just easier. Let me get out of that. Let me just go up to the font color, change it to green if I want, and so it'll show up nicely. Same thing with the x-axis values. I can just easily change those to green. It does need to be bold. And at this point we have at least performed the basics of what we need to do for getting an Excel graph ready for PowerPoint. Now obviously I could go ahead and pull the net income graph from this same table, and to do this, because these two columns do not touch, I will highlight the years, hold Control down on my keyboard, and then select the net income amounts. And I can go again to Insert, Scatter, and again the one with just the data points showing. And this graph I can just drag it down underneath the one I just finished. And I would go through the same process with that one that I just went through with the revenue graph. Now, let me launch a PowerPoint and just show you how this looks as we bring it over. And with PowerPoint, I said we wanted to just have a black background. So let me go way over here to background, just pick a plain black one. So solid fill, let's pick black. And let's get rid of these little pre-formatted text boxes. Now, I'll be flipping back and forth between one and the other because at this point, I just want to show you what it looks like when we bring it over. So we'll copy, make sure we activate the whole entire graph. Right click and we'll copy the graph. Then we'll go to PowerPoint. Now, you can do this more than one way, but the safest way is just to say, go to Home and use your Paste button, but don't pick Paste. Instead, one of your choices being Paste Special. So click on the little arrow and it says Paste Special. Click on that. And I usually change it to a picture, GIF, image, and say OK. And that brings it in. And in this case, it's a little large. But the nice thing is you can resize it because it's nothing more than a graphic. And I'll just keep resizing it a little bit smaller. Obviously, you want to fill all available space, but you still have to have room for your PowerPoint title. Still a little big. Okay, but notice how the colors show up nicely on the black PowerPoint background. I can even go a little smaller if I need to. Okay, so that part concludes the basics of getting the graph into PowerPoint. The next video will show how to do linear regression analysis with the same bit of data. Thank you.